Welcome one and all to the Cinegeeks Podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm Roy, joined by my co-host Angela.
Hello again.
Hi Angela. I'm so excited to get to today's discussion about the two great movies that we saw this week.
Yes.
Yes, so first one is Soft and Quiet by Beth De Araujo. And the other one is Talk to Me, written and directed by Danny and Michael Filippo. Now, these two are fantastic horror movies that are showing this weekend in Philippine cinemas.
That's right.
Yes. So, of the two of us, you are more of the horror connoisseur. Ange. Yes.
Yeah.
And ever since we've been together, you have been bugging me to watch horror movies with you.
I have.
Yes, that is a fact. Yes, like since the beginning of time. Yes, and I know what you're thinking, my fellow Cinegeeks. Yes, I am a scaredy cat. I admit that. Yes, I've only ever willingly gone into a horror movie once, and that was Cabin in the Woods.
What year was that?
That was 2012.
Wow.
Yes. So it's been that long.
11 years
11
ago.
years ago,
wow.
exactly. But ever since, it's always been me saying that, hey, this new horror movie looks great. Why don't we go see it?
Okay.
And then I'll get your hopes up, and then we end up watching something else.
Yeah.
So right
That's
now,
as far as you go.
yes, yes. So right now, in front of the world and my fellow Cinegeeks, I would like to apologize to you for giving you quote unquote horror movie blue balls.
Well, after this episode, I'm sure you're forgiven.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So for the two movies today, we have again Soft and Quiet. And we posted on our socials recently
Yeah.
that we were invited to our very first red carpet premiere. Yay!
Woo!
So we got to see this last Monday, July 31st. So the other movie we saw earlier today, which was Talk to Me. Okay? You've been hyping this up for me.
Yeah,
Subtly.
I've been seeing a lot of rave reviews.
Yes, you did tell me that. And eventually I got to seeing more of that buzz myself. So I was actually the one who told you earlier yesterday that why don't we go see it?
Yeah.
And yeah, so sorry, go
Actually,
ahead.
I've been noticing a lot of horror movies coming out recently. We saw Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
And that is like your entry-level horror movie.
that's as far as I went before.
But you were still scared of a Disney horror movie. And then you graduated so quickly to Soft and Quiet and Talk to Me. So that was
Yes.
fast.
Quite a leap. Yes. So
Indeed.
if you missed it during our Marvel episode, we gave a very, very brief, I don't know if it made the cut.
It made the cut.
Yeah. So we gave a very brief review / recommendation of Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
So again, if you really have nothing to do and
can
you've
see
seen
it.
this, go ahead. Just go ahead and watch it. But know that there are better alternatives this weekend as well.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed it at the cinema. Of course, Barbie and Oppenheimer are still there. But there are like 3 horror movies if you count Haunted Mansion.
Actually, there's one more we haven't seen yet. Cobweb.
That's 4.
That's 4. The one starring Anthony Starr or Homelander from
I've been
Amazon
seeing
Prime's The Boys.
Yeah, I remember the trailer. Is this the year of horror, you think?
I hope so. I mean, I don't know when the last time was that there were so many horror movies that came out one after the other. I mean, not just really horror movies per se, but quality horror movies.
True.
Because, I mean, SM Cinema picks up so many trash movies just so they can show
Let's not
it.
call it trash.
Okay.
Maybe B movies.
B movies. Okay, fine. So let's call it B movies. But this is the first time that I've actually seen that one after the other, 2 great horror movies came out. And again, there's another one, Cobweb, where we haven't even seen it, just the trailers of it. But I would like to think that it's also a good, if not a good movie, but at least a great time
Yes.
in the movies.
The horror connoisseur in me is very, very happy right now.
I I would think so.
Yeah, and then the look on my face is like Wednesday.
I can see you earlier when we were watching.
Yeah, I was
Talk to
very
me.
goth.
You were having fun watching me squeal and scream and shout.
Yeah.
I was already grasping, not just grasping, I was clutching your entire arm
Yes, you
for
were.
long stretches. Okay, so with that in mind, what we're gonna do today is this. Okay, we are going to be giving our points of view, okay, about the two movies from both the perspective of the horror expert, which is Ange, and me, the horror novice.
Okay.
Okay, so first movie we're gonna be talking about is Soft and Quiet, once again, written
Okay.
and directed by Beth De Araujo. This movie competed in the 2022 edition of the South by Southwest Film Festival. You may know this as the SXSW Film Festival. On Rotten Tomatoes, this film currently holds an approval rating of 87%. And on Metacritic, the film has a rating of 82 out of 100, which is, for them, it's universal acclaim.
Wow.
Yes. So just to give you a quick background for both Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes just aggregates the number of reviews that are positive, and that's the 87%. So 87% of the reviews they collected is
Okay.
positive.
Mm-hmm.
But for Metacritic, they actually count the score on the review.
Yeah, 100% of all the reviews.
Of all the reviews that they collect,
Okay.
they count the score. So that's the average of 82 out of 100.
Mm.
Now, Soft and Quiet was partly inspired by a 2020 incident in Central Park, New York, where an African-American birdwatcher was falsely accused by a white woman dog walker of harassing her.
Mm-hmm.
The birdwatcher recorded the woman making a 911 call that falsely accused him of said harassment, and she was eventually charged with a misdemeanor for filing a false police report, but the charges were eventually dropped. So I think you may have an idea of where this is going. Okay? So, Ange, what did you think of Soft and Quiet?
Well, I don't want to give away a lot because it's best to experience the movie without knowing anything. Don't even read about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's best to not know things and just feel it. Just feel the vibe of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was very well made. And you know what makes a horror movie good?
Go on.
It's when the characters give in to their worst impulses.
And by worst impulses, you don't mean the tropes where this character goes to this room and then we all say, no, don't go there. No, it's more
No,
worst impulses of being the worst parts of being a human.
Yes, it's when you relate to the character and you can see yourself being in that kind of situation as well. You really weigh what you will do when you're in that same situation. And sometimes, thought experiment is, just a thought experiment, but it's when you act on those thoughts. That's when real shit happens, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pardon my French, but yeah, there is an air of complicity when you watch it because it has this kind of vibe where you're like in the middle of the events
It's
as it unfolds.
somewhat voyeuristic.
It's voyeuristic, yeah, that's the word.
And I don't think this is a spoiler when we say that, technically speaking, the movie is a great achievement because it's actually shot in one take, the entire movie. And
Well, it appears to be.
yes, of course. It's shot to appear like one long take, one long movie, the entire 90 minutes or so. And the part where you were talking about earlier, where it felt like you were complicit to the actions
Yeah.
of the, I'm gonna say, protagonist in the loosest way possible, because
The characters, let's say.
they were in this story. They're the
Yeah.
protagonists. They're the ones propelling the action forward.
Okay.
So we're with them, and it feels like we're partaking in these actions, these impulses that they act upon.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm very happy that the trailer does not give anything away.
Actually, yeah, it doesn't.
It never did. Even at the beginning of the movie, the first 10 minutes, I would say, it already sets up everything. It gave the background on what story we're actually following and what possible situations we're gonna be encountering.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about in the first, I guess, 15 minutes
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah. It sets
Where-
everything up.
Where we're just led to follow this quote-unquote our main character. Okay? Initially, we're shown a very brief glimpse of how she deals with her everyday life. Something feels very off.
Yes.
And within the first 15 minutes, we're in the company of our main character. And right away, it feels off.
Yes.
Yeah, how she interacts with the few people that she meets within the first 10-15 minutes. And eventually, there's a reveal in that first 10 to 15 minutes that's
yeah.
very shocking.
Yeah.
Like, it actually took me out, not in a bad way, but it took me out of watching it for a moment. Like,
Yeah.
it took me back.
I literally
was taken aback.
I literally gasped.
Yes, I did. I heard that. I did too.
Yeah.
I actually even said, what? WTF?
Yeah.
Out loud.
You'll know it when you see it.
Yes. And it's funny because that reveal was the least WTF of that entire sequence.
True.
So from the first 10-15 minutes up until like, let's say, minute 25, minute 30,
Yeah.
that entire first act is just nonstop what the F. Because of how casually everything just flows and flows.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it casual though, because it's like an hour. The second half is like an hour long anxiety attack.
No. What I meant by casual was the initial get together at the
Oh,
start.
yes.
How everything just felt so casual.
True.
And how you're conditioned when you're watching something like this to be initially sure about how you feel.
Yes.
Not to say that, you sympathize with them, because if you sympathize with them,
Yeah,
good
that
luck to
tells
you.
a lot about you.
Yes, it does. But what I meant was, in most movies that deal with this subject matter, we're immediately made to know that these people aren't really good apples, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't like sympathize with them or
Yeah.
empathize with them at all. But the casualness and the banality of everything they were talking about during that first act was just so bone chilling. It's not horror with jump scares. It's horror with making you feel like this is an actual real life monster that you can encounter and you don't even know it.
Yes. It's very unsettling.
Yes, that's it. That's the word I
And-
was looking for.
Stomach churning.
Yes.
But yeah, we get a clear and very well informed idea of their thought process. And as the story goes on, it's very consistent with their characterization.
Yes.
So I'm happy that they really held on to their values and beliefs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I like that there was no quote unquote come to Jesus moment.
There
this
was no
movie.
compromise.
There was no redemption
Yes.
for the monsters in this movie. And earlier, I know we said that we're gonna try to not talk about this in a spoilery fashion,
Yeah.
but it's
so
actually
hard.
very hard to talk about it. So if you don't want to be spoiled,
We're gonna put in a
We're gonna put
timestamp.
it in a timestamp in the episode notes. So just fast forward to that so you can hear our recommendation. We'll try to be non-spoilery with the recommendation, but this is your signal to fast forward the episode up until the timestamp of our recommendation.
Okay.
So spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So eventually, actually, it's not eventually. Within the first 10-15 minutes, we are introduced to our bad guys.
Yeah.
And our bad guys are the protagonists of the story. We're thrust into this Nazi meeting.
You know what my reaction was when I saw that pie? I literally gasped.
I did.
And then I said, "Oh, so this is that kind of movie. It's
yes.
that kind of movie. I
know.
see. Okay.
And-
I'm so glad I went in the cinema without knowing anything."
And the most unsettling part of that was, I think, for about 2 to 3 minutes, the camera just lingered on the pie. As you're listening to them just talk casually about everyday life, as if that thing on the pie, the swastika symbol, is nothing. They even made light of it. If I recall correctly, one of the characters said, "Can no one take a joke these days?" When the symbol eventually appeared on the pie. And then, like a couple of minutes later, after we linger on the pie for 2 to 3 minutes, again, this is a one-take movie.
Yes.
Or at least edited to make it look like it was one take.
Yeah, I actually read in one of the articles about it that it was 4 takes.
Holy shit.
But that's still an achievement.
I know.
Right.
For a 90-minute movie done in 4 takes.
Yeah, that's
Holy
amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it unfolds in real time.
It is. It does.
Right?
So eventually, in that meeting, we see that we are following the quote-unquote
Aryan daughters.
Aryan daughters. So white supremacist women.
And you know how they see themselves as the victim in the situation?
The cognitive dissonance is, initially it was laughable because of how you hear someone just casually spout evil nonsense. You think that, oh my God, these people are so cartoonish. And then eventually it becomes personal.
Yeah.
It becomes quote unquote relatable for them.
Yes.
And then it just, the laughable vibes suddenly become sinister. It becomes bone chilling how casual they're talking about attributing their failures to other races.
Yes.
Like when it's funny because when you hear their conversations, you hear them actually admit to contributing to their own shortcomings.
Yeah.
And then they still blame these other people.
Like you said, the cognitive dissonance is
Yes.
just astounding.
Yes, that's it. And so after this meeting of white supremacist women, we eventually go to the store, to the convenience store owned by one of these women.
Yes.
And they went to the store because they're just trying to get quote-unquote supplies, food for their night in.
Yeah.
And then in comes a Hispanic or Asian.
I think there are 2 Asian women.
2 Asian women who want to just buy a bottle of wine.
Yes.
And immediately, everyone in the store, the quote-unquote Aryan daughters that we've been following so far, are so effing hostile. As in, right?
Hostile is an understatement.
Yes, as in, they provoke the confrontation, and then they're surprised when the women try to defend themselves. So then the sinister vibes, the bone-chilling vibes, just becomes even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's for me the biggest horror of this movie. It's not the jump scares. It's not the slasher. There's actually no conventional horror trope in this movie.
It's just when people give in to their worst impulses. That's it. The worst things happen, you know?
Yeah, so eventually the confrontation turns sour.
And then
they decide to
follow them.
They decide to go to the house of these women, the Asian
Yes.
women. And initially, their plan was just to defile the house.
Yeah.
But the women come home.
Mm-hmm.
And like what you're saying, all the worst impulses come out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was the most uncomfortable 20 minutes I've seen in cinema this year.
Even their voice of reason, you know, the husband, was so weak.
Yeah.
But he's still complicit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep on thinking about this quote that goes, evil people flourish when good people do nothing.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Yes. That's actually the core idea, the controlling idea of this movie. Because there was supposed to be one quote-unquote good person.
Or a voice of
Or
reason.
a voice of reason. And he did nothing. So by he, I think you said earlier, but just to reiterate, the husband was, or the guy was the husband of the quote-unquote main character.
Mm-hmm.
Or our protagonist.
Yeah, Emily.
Emily, yes. So her husband tries to reason with her to not go through with hurting these women, but they don't want to listen. They want to give in to their grievances and eventually their worst impulses, and then they eventually hurt these women.
Yeah, and you know their mantra that informs everything they do?
What?
They think they're so soft and so quiet.
Yeah. So the reason why the movie is called Soft and Quiet is because during the first act in the meeting scene, they're trying to come up with a name for their newsletter. What the newsletter? The fuck?
But there exists
exactly
newsletters like that.
So they think that they can call themselves Soft and Quiet because they won't be under suspicion, because they'll be soft and gentle, as womanly as possible,
as feminine
as possible, and quiet because they're gonna try to do their plans in secret.
And they contrast it with the liberals being loud.
Yeah, that's what they said. Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah.
what Emily, I think, said when they were deciding on the name.
Anyways, fast forward, they do all these unspeakable things, and there is this one character, one of the daughters, Aryan daughters, that is really the worst of them all.
Oh my god, I fucking hate her.
Yeah,
so much.
and you know, when you have somebody in your circle that is just so impulsive, and that's because they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It's very important to surround yourself with the right people, because when you have that one bad egg in your circle, it just spoils everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Because we're not absolving, of course, this is a fictional, albeit inspired by unspeakable true events that happen mostly in the United States these days. But there was a part in the movie where the lead character, Emily, was sort of given an out, especially when the husband was there, her husband.
Yes.
But she actually twisted the husband's voice of reason into saying that, and I will quote, that he was a pussy. He was being a pussy about, not defending her pride or her honor. And he just shrinks away because his ego was hurt. And what takes over the voice of reason was this character you were referring to.
Yeah.
That just egged them on and made them do, not really made them do, but just continued and just cheered them, actually.
She kept on coming up with ideas.
Worst and worst ideas.
The worst ideas ever.
Yes. So eventually things go from bad to worse, and from worse to actually unspeakably bad.
Yes.
But herein lies the true horror of the movie, because one of them is killed by these women.
Yes.
Not killed by murder weapon, but she was fed peanuts, and it turns out she's allergic to peanuts. And that's when this character, the unspeakably evil character, she motions to get the EpiPen, and then when she gets back to the person, she just stands there and then throws the EpiPen away, and then says, "Oh, she's dead. She doesn't need it." Like that part, just
they don't see the Asian women as humans.
It's chilling. It's so scary, so horrifying.
Horrifying.
That's that. It's not horrifying with supernatural elements. It's horrifying because you know that there are people like this that exist in the world, and you are constantly on your toes, carefully not offending anybody, because you know that there are people who will, just
who don't
explode.
see you as human.
Who don't see you as human. Yeah, that's right.
And they're in plain sight.
That's the thing. That's even the scariest part.
They have these secret meetings where they say everything that's on their minds, but the rest of us will never know.
Yeah. So there, we'll leave it at that for our spoiler part. So we enthusiastically give this a recommendation. I give this an enthusiastic recommendation.
Same here.
Because of it being a horror movie. Again, we will reiterate it. It's not a horror movie with supernatural monsters and scary makeup and whatnot. It uses real life atrocity to scare you into hopefully being aware of, people like this.
Yeah.
And again, like what you mentioned earlier, you said that evil only flourishes when good people do nothing.
Yes. And don't be afraid of ghosts. Be afraid of people.
Yes. Because
they're the ones who can hurt you.
Yeah.
For real.
For real. Yeah.
It's a very chilling movie.
Very, very, very scary. It's actually a very bare bones indie movie.
It's a sleeper hit.
It's a very, very sleeper hit. Yeah. It's funny because when I saw this in Rotten Tomatoes, the critical rating was very high, or the approval rating was high. But the approval rating for the audience was very low. So, what do you think contributed to this low audience approval?
Well, not everybody can relate to it.
Yeah.
First and foremost, only people of color can really see the reality of this because we feel it. It happens to people.
Especially in the United States.
Yeah, and
that's right.
I would think that it might have been review bombed.
That's also one, I think. Because before, Rotten Tomatoes had this system where audience ratings were only given by verified users. So they had to give proof that they actually watched the movie.
Yeah.
Recently, they relaxed that. So it went back to the old system where anyone could just, rate the movie. So I think there's credence to your theory.
And also, it's political.
Yeah. Anything about politics in the States right now is...
Yeah, especially there.
A soft spot for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, I guess for the two of us...
Yes, please watch it.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, and best experience it in the cinema because, that uncomfortable feeling and stomach churning
You
moment.
won't be able to pause this movie in the cinema.
Yeah.
It's just non-stop, 90 minutes non-stop tension.
So,
Why don't we go on, Ange, to our next movie?
Okay. Let's talk about Talk to Me. So, we saw it tonight.
Yes.
And just a little background on the movie. It was written and directed by Danny and Michael Filippo. And it has a Rotten Tomatoes approval rating of 95%.
Wow, 95.
Yeah. And 76 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is generally favorable.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've already explained how that works, right?
Yes.
By the way, the filmmakers, Danny and Michael Filippo, this is their feature film directorial debut. And they are YouTubers.
Yes.
Who specialize in horror videos.
Yes. And they're actually award-winning.
Yes, that's
Yes.
right. And so good that it also joined the S by SW.
South by Southwest. Yes, this year, I think.
And it was picked up for US release by A24. One more thing. According to Wikipedia, in the United States and Canada, Talk to Me was released alongside Haunted Mansion. Okay. And was originally projected to gross 4.25 million from 2,340 theaters in its opening weekend. After making 4.2 million on its first day. First day, yes. Including 1.3 million from Thursday night previews, weekend estimates were increased to 10 million.
Which it actually made.
Yes. Yes, it debuted to 10 million. Wow. It finished in 5th and marked the best start for an A24 film since Midsommar in July 2019.
A24 really knows how to pick the best of the best.
Yeah, they specialize in that.
They specialize in finding diamonds in the rough.
That's true.
When A24 gets your movie, it's an automatic seal
of approval.
Exactly.
That's right. And also, it also has a lot to do with the word of mouth.
Oh yeah. Including ours. So our words are what we're mouthing right now. Okay.
And to think that they happen to coincide with Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
And Mission Impossible.
Well.
And they go alongside Haunted Mansion, which is a Disney movie, right? So that's amazing.
I know. Yeah.
So tell me, Roy, what did you think of Talk to Me?
Okay. So
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free. Okay. So, again, when at the start of this episode, I said that I was a horror, or I still am. I still am a horror novice. Okay? I wouldn't say that I've already graduated into watching, horror movies regularly. Okay? But I had so much fun watching this. I personally, I get easily rattled.
Yeah.
I'm easily scared. Like when you creep up on me while I'm cooking something, I jump up and scream.
Yeah.
Even if I know that it's just you and me in the house.
You're a scaredy cat.
I am a
dad.
scaredy cat. Yes. I am a scaredy cat dad. Yes, that's me. Okay. It was exciting. It was so much fun. It's actually the best movie-going experience I've had this year.
Okay.
Okay? Actually, if I can compare the movie-going experience to Oppenheimer, because of how the audience was so enamored with the movie. Of course, for very different reasons.
Yeah.
For Oppenheimer, I mean, everybody was just glued to the screen, just following where it went. But here, I forgot how much fun it was to watch a horror movie in the theater. I mean, for me, who that I live for the hype moments.
Yes.
Especially in cinema. I mean, see the entire Avengers Endgame screening that we went to.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot that it also felt like that watching a horror movie. There were times earlier when I was just grabbing your entire arm, just hoping that you'd protect me from the monsters on screen. And there was also this one
So cute.
moment. There was this one moment where I literally thought that I was the one who shouted the loudest. Like you have this very interesting way of describing excellent horror movies before.
Okay.
You told me about how the best horror movies have syncopated jump scares. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So-
it's when you can't tell ahead.
Yes. So just a brief background, okay, for our listeners, our Cinegeeks out there. When you say something is syncopated, it's offbeat.
Yeah.
So it's actually it's a music term. Okay. So instead of usually songs go from 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They have a regular beat.
Yeah,
But-
it's irregular and it just lands on a very unlikely beat.
Yeah, so that's so relating to the horror movies that Ange was talking about, the great ones. The great horror movies have scares that you don't anticipate. Because I mean, horror movies have been around forever. And it's gotten to a point where most horror movies,
When you've seen one, you've seen them all.
I mean, that's for you.
It's
of
very
course.
formulaic
The horror
for others.
connoisseur has
Yeah.
spoken. You can predict when the
Yes.
jump scares are coming out, when the monster shows up,
Yeah, there came a point when in a horror movie, I'm just,
checked out.
that's the worst kind of horror. When you
Yes.
can tell a mile ahead what's
When
gonna
the
happen.
scare. And actually, that's what contributed to us not really recommending that you watch Haunted Mansion or Haunted Mansion in the cinema because it was formulaic. I mean, aside from
Yeah.
it being a Disney movie with unnecessary quips here and there, a lead character that didn't feel like a lead character.
A reluctant hero.
Yeah, the horror didn't feel horror-y.
It's for kids.
Yeah. So are you saying that I'm a kid? Yes, you are.
But you were scared of Haunted Mansion.
Don't tell them. Anyway, okay. So for me, the almost 95 minutes of Talk to Me was just nonstop thrills. You said it best when we left the theater. It felt like a roller coaster ride in the best way
Yeah.
possible.
It's a very exhilarating ride.
I missed that. I forgot how good it feels afterwards
Yeah.
to watch a horror movie. The last time I felt this way was, of course, after Cabin in the Woods. But when we were talking about this, back when we were new together, you said that Cabin in the Woods is also a horror movie for babies.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a satire.
It's actually, yeah. I mean, looking back now, okay, I can say that it's not a horror movie.
It's satirizing the slasher films
slasher
of
genre,
old.
yes.
Yeah.
And actually, the horror element just goes out the window during the last 20 minutes.
Yes,
Because-
when it broke the fourth wall.
and just blood rains everywhere.
Yeah.
You're just cheering for the monsters by then. Every time they come out, come out the elevator, right? When because what they did was just real quick, they like destroyed the mechanism that holds all the monsters down.
Yeah.
So every time,
When they failed to kill everybody,
yes,
all hell broke loose.
yes, inside the
And then the world
office.
ended.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. So it's funny because they said that the fate of the entire world lies on whether or not they will all be killed in that cabin.
That's right.
So that's why those slasher films exist,
Yeah,
to save us all.
so meta. Hopefully we can talk about that movie in an episode where we look back on old
Yeah.
great movies.
Yeah, our Video City
Our Video
recommendation of the week.
Yes. Ooh, watch out for that. Video City recommendations. Working title for our classic movie series. Okay, so just going back to Talk to Me for a
Okay.
moment.
Talk to me.
Yes, I'll talk to you about.
Okay.
Stop. Why are you holding my hand? Stop. Okay, stop holding me. Anyway, we're gonna get into spoilers in a bit. Okay, but for me, just non-spoilery thoughts. It's a fantastic thrill ride. I know it already came out like a couple of weeks ago. I think this is the second week already.
Yeah.
So you have to watch this while you still can. Okay, for our Cinegeeks in the Philippines.
Yes.
Okay, time is running out for you to see this in the cinema.
And you know what? It's amazing because our theater was almost full.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night, last full show screening
And on a
on a
weeknight.
weeknight.
Yes,
With-
and it's
and-
not even a Marvel movie.
And it's pouring outside. So you wouldn't expect people to like go to the cinema or the movies.
yeah,
They'd rather stay home, but it's full. It's a full theater.
yeah, it's so surreal seeing a lot of people in the cinema floor.
Yeah.
The lines in the snack bar was so long,
Yeah.
and the ticketing booth it was packed
It's this whole month stretch that we've had
since last month.
since Barbenheimer. It's been a resurgence for cinema.
Yeah,
For us who've been taught recently that streaming is the best way to go. And for some people, if you're not really capable of going out to the movies, streaming really is your best friend. We're not going to judge you for that. But we've forgotten about the magic that watching a movie in the movie house, in the cinema, in the theater, with a packed crowd feels like.
yes,
And
that shared experience.
yes, hearing everybody just jump at the same time, scream at the same time, shriek
Yeah.
at the same time. Some louder than others. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry
I
about
know.
that. Sorry about that. We'll get to spoilers in a bit. But what did you think about this?
well, it still follows the best practices of horror. It's when you show the worst impulses in people
Uh-huh.
and the way they make light of a very serious thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's like a perfect horror movie for the Snapchat and TikTok generation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So true.
I'm sorry, Gen Zs, but
Okay, so we're not generalizing. Okay? Disclaimer. Okay? We know that there are Gen Z kids out there, okay, who are, wise beyond your years. And we're not taking that away from you. But we also have to admit that, unfortunately, that's a hallmark of that generation.
Yeah,
How impulsive, how enamored with social media the Gen Z are.
yes,
And this movie perfectly plays into that.
it really speaks to their generation.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. So
It
before we go into spoilers, do we recommend it?
Yes, I recommend it 100%.
Oh, yes. Yes.
5 out of 5 fingers.
Don't touch me. Stop getting my hand. Anyway, okay. So, it's a recommendation for us both. Again, timestamp in the episode notes for when you can forward to the end of our spoiler thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're still here and you've watched it, Again,
Spoiler warning.
spoiler warning.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, go.
Okay. So, the movie just basically has a very simple premise. Okay? As many great movies have. There's this occult artifact that these kids somehow have.
It's an embalmed hand.
An embalmed hand of a medium that, makes them communicate with the dead.
Yes.
So, our lead character, she volunteers initially to, go through this experience. And she ends up conjuring evil spirits. And one of them appears to her in the form of her recently deceased mother.
Yeah. Well, she's, when you have seen a lot of horror movies, you already know that when it comes to exorcism or possession, it's usually the grieving ones who are very susceptible.
Yeah.
And the main character that we followed, we were introduced to her. She just exhibits all the qualities of a person very ripe for demon possession.
According to the rules of horror movies.
Yes, according to the rules of horror movies.
The rules of horror movies. Okay.
Yeah. Reference to Emily Rose.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what started out as a trend on Snapchat, well, naturally, these kids would want to be in on this trend.
Yeah,
right?
So, just initially, the main character sees that her quote-unquote group circle of friends are partaking in this trend of conjuring the dead.
Yeah.
And they share it on Snapchat.
Yes, and this is like their way of, getting high.
Yeah. It actually kind of reminds me of Flatliners.
Yes. I thought of that.
I was trying to think of earlier what movie it reminded me, and yes, it's Flatliners. It's Gen Z Flatliners.
Yeah, but with social media.
Well, yes, exactly.
It's funny the way she described the experience as amazing.
Actually, that made me laugh out loud. Actually, within the first minute, there's a big like hill and then drop. If to use roller coaster terms.
Yes.
So there's like a background.
Yeah. We're like watching the ending of a previous story.
Yes. And then it goes into the character, the main character is the one we're following. And then like after 10-15 minutes of setup, then we get to the first get together with this thing, this hand.
It's good that they didn't really hold out too long.
Yeah.
They just gave it
right away.
Right away, yeah.
And when they gave it, it was
satisfying. Yeah.
Yeah. I had my face covered and my ears covered. And
it's amazing how you can still understand the movie when you're covering your ears.
It's funny because after the movie, my ears felt like I was like wearing my earbuds for 2 hours. Like that's how much it hurt. My fingers were on my ear holes.
Yeah, next time bring your noise cancelling headphones.
It's funny because even if I was still covering my eyes and ears, it still made me jump. As in, this one scare I was referring to earlier, like it's towards the end where she was possessed by her mother. And she says that her father talked to her a scene before, a scene prior about her mother. So the daughter, or the lead character, goes to her room, tries to compose herself after hearing the quote-unquote suicide note. And then the mother, the spirit of the mother, tells her that the dad that she was just talking to is not the dad. It's a spirit. That the spirits are trying to take over and appear like your dad.
And we all know that that's not her mom.
Yes, that's it. So the dad comes in. That in itself is a jump scare.
Yeah.
Seeing the dad, but the dad is covered with all the writings on the hand.
Yeah.
And then there's another jump scare just like a half second after he shows up. So after he shows up and he shows like that, and he jumps forward. That's when I felt myself shout so loud. Did I shout?
Yes, you did.
That
was not the only instance that you did that. But that's okay.
What? I go to a
everybody
horror movie to
did.
shout. Yes.
Not
Anyway,
me though, but
there was a jump scare that you jumped up.
There was one.
Yeah. Which one was that?
I think the first one.
The first
Conjuring.
The first Talk to Me.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the face just shows up in front of her.
That is a very syncopated jump scare.
Yeah.
Kudos. And you know what? Just comparing it, Soft and Quiet was horrifying because of how real it is. But this one is so much more visceral.
I think that's the hallmark of all great supernatural horror movies.
Yeah.
It really makes you feel the scare. It doesn't get into your bones. It's not a deep, bone-chilling scare. It's more
Visceral.
visceral. It just makes you jump, makes you scream, makes you shout.
Yes.
It's cathartic.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's the term I'm looking for. It's a cathartic horror movie.
And the ending was very good.
Yes. I mean, props to the directors. Again, the YouTubers, Danny and Michael Filippo. They've created a very tight script
Yeah.
that really checks all the boxes of a great horror movie,
Yes.
in my opinion. Okay? But they don't resort to tropes. Of course, there's tropes. I mean, you can't do a horror movie without, tropes. But they play with it.
They did it right.
And I was actually asking you this earlier after we got out of the cinema. Did this compare to James Wan and his Insidious movies?
A little bit.
How so?
Well, they followed James Wan's formula of syncopated jump scares. And, the supernatural aspect of it. They set up all these rules. Although, in this movie, it might be just a little nitpick on my part. But her death magically healed Riley. I don't understand how.
Or there was this character who was so severely incapacitated because of his exposure to the conjuring of the demons.
Yeah,
or the
and
evil spirits.
Who was the old woman?
At the end.
Yeah, who was that? Where was she before? So we know about the mom being not her mom, but who was that in the wheelchair pushing her to kill the kid?
Or to kill her so that the kid will be freed,
Yeah.
so to speak.
So those rules in universe was a little bit wonky, but that's just a nitpick. Just the difference between this one and James Wan is because James Wan establishes
The rules.
more detailed lore,
Yeah.
especially in Insidious
So-
and Conjuring.
So before he makes the action go forward, you're already, quote-unquote, armed with all this knowledge, with like airtight logic of how the scares and how the evil, quote-unquote, in the story works.
Yeah, although most of the time in horror, they subvert that in the end.
True. That's true.
But yeah, maybe a little bit, this ending did not make sense to me. But the parallel, the poetry of it
Yeah. I appreciated that.
was satisfying.
It was very satisfying.
It was
ending.
cathartic.
Yeah.
It was karma. What goes around comes around, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like how they were making fun of the spirits.
Yeah. That's right.
And then at the end, she was the one
She's the spirit.
being,
Conjured.
yeah.
Yeah. So, do you recommend Talk to Me?
Yes.
Enthusiastically?
Yes.
Yes, very much so. I do too. So, coming from a person who doesn't watch horror movies that much, I will say that this is a fun night out in the movies.
Yeah. It is a fun horror movie.
It is so much fun. It's so much fun. And the fact that you're watching two excellent writer-directors in their feature-length debut.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really one to say that I want to watch the next horror movie right now, but I am excited
Their crossover from YouTube to
to the feature films.
yeah, amazing.
I'm excited where they take their skills next.
Yeah. So that's it for Soft and Quiet and Talk to Me. Cinegeeks, if you've seen either of these movies, please share with us what you thought about it. Comment it on our social media. Again, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Cinegeeks Pod. If you have any movie or TV show suggestions to us, just go ahead and hit us up.
Yeah, we had so much fun talking tonight about these two excellent horror movies.
So many good movies
So many
lately.
good movies lately. And so many good movies upcoming soon. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. coming
Blue
soon.
Beetle.
Blue Beetle. Past Lives.
Yeah.
And we also will be talking about Cinemalaya 2023.
Ooh.
We are so excited for that.
Yes, we
Our
are.
first Cinemalaya as the Cinegeeks Podcast. Okay, so watch out for that.
Okay, so for my co-host Roy, this has been Angela. Thank you for listening to the Cinegeeks Podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.